If you're feeling drained or distracted by social media or feeling like your self-worth is tied to a few likes or few followers, trust me, you're not alone. I quit Instagram and here's what happened. I will tell you about 4 or 5 things that helped me rebuild confidence and focus and mental clarity without having to be constantly scrolling and scrolling. We all know it's not good for us, but we still do it. So stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll figure out exactly how I felt and why you can do that too. If you don't know me, my name is Zinab, and on this channel we talk about how we can be the best version of ourselves while still being imperfect, because we are imperfect. If that's you, if you're trying to be a better person, you are in the right place. So, why I quit Instagram? I think I could talk about it for hours, but there's maybe 3 or 4 main reasons why I quit Instagram. I think the first one is I just felt tired of the vibes. I don't know if that talks to you, but I felt like everyone's just the same, and the way people are just actively chasing for followers and likes is just mind-blowing to me. Put simply, I think it's just a people-pleasing app. That's why I think about Instagram. I know a lot of people might say, you know, you can still be yourself, you can still post this, da da da. It's just being surrounded by people who constantly do that, constantly try to be someone they're not. Or it's not that they're necessarily lying or trying to deceive people, but they're just not as authentic as they are. There's a lot of people you know personally outside of social media, and the way they act on social media is just, what's the word? Inconsistent. Like, it just doesn't match. And I felt that game of trying to be someone you're not, trying to convince people of that, and just like giving up certain of your values to achieve a certain goal just to be liked and validated by people. I think for me that was kind of the tipping point. That was the cherry on the cake. I just got tired of it. The second main reason would be probably, I don't know if you're an ambitious person, but if you have projects and goals and whatever, you will notice that people are just here to watch. They will pretend they're here to support, but at the end of the day, they're just going to watch your stories, not like anything, not say anything, not ask how you're doing. They will just be there for entertainment. And I was just like, well, unfortunately, I don't want to entertain people. That's not what I do. That's not what I want. I'm not, what do you call it? In French, we say bête de foire. That's someone who's just there to entertain people, you know? And it just wasn't me. And the way you have to, when I say entertain, is like people never have enough. Like, the normal things don't matter anymore. You always have to find something or do something that's extraordinary or different from people to be seen as someone who has any value. Nowadays people are bored, right? So you have to give them something that they've never seen. On a human level, I was going to say on a personal level, on a human level, it's just, you don't want to do that every day. The third reason I'm going to mention is the love bombing. It comes back to what I said, like, it's such a people pleasing app, and people want to be liked by everyone. They want to show people that they like them somehow, because if they don't, they're going to be left out. And the way the algorithm is made in such a way that you have to constantly be engaging and liking and commenting and sharing, it's clever, to be honest, because that's what they want. They want you to spend so much time on the app, right? But in my opinion, as human beings, we were never made to do that. Of course, we're meant to connect and to interact with people and to love people, but sometimes it got to an extent where it's just fake. People have a motive behind their actions. That's my problem. If you are just a nice person because you are a nice person, fine. But if you're doing it just to grow your account, just because Instagram wants you to do that, that's where, for me, it kind of crosses the line, as it doesn't align with who I want to be as a person. So what exactly changed in the first week? I felt so free. Like, I had so much time. It's not even that I was spending so much time on the app, but it's just when I was logging in, to be honest, I would always have something to say, or like trying to understand why people are acting a certain way. I would end up being kind of frustrated when I shouldn't be. So I just decided to get away from it. And when I did that, I don't know, I just had, my mind was just so clear all of a sudden. I had so much more mental clarity, so much more focus, so much more purpose in what I was doing. I was just doing things that would fulfill me as a person. I started doing things that I wasn't even doing before. I'm not creative at all. I have zero creativity skills. But I started drawing, I started writing, I started reading more. I started, I don't know, just like random things, but enjoying the very simple things. Honestly, just enjoying my meals more, being more focused when I watch something on TV, or taking care of my plants. I actually did this today while trying to record this video. and I'm heartbroken. But yeah, I just felt like I had so much more purpose, fulfillment in very little things of life. But most importantly, I think that's the thing that matters to me most. I had so much more focus in my religion and my faith and my prayers, and I started doing things that I wouldn't be doing before, because before, whenever I had some free time, I would just open the app and start to check some accounts, or, I didn't even have anything to do on it. I would just log in to see what was happening, and that leads to just a lot of comparison and just waste of time, to be honest. My time is so valuable that I was like, what are you doing? Even if I knew it before, I was like, this is it. This is how you should be using your time. In terms of my faith and identity, I think I've never been more purposeful and aware of who I wanted to be, and how and what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. Because when you don't have anything to compare yourself to, social media, Instagram, you kind of sit with yourself and think, right, who am I now? What do I do with my time? And what you do with your time defines you as a person. And you might not be like me, but one of my biggest goals is to read more Quran, be closer to God, improve in my faith journey. Like, reading more Quran for me was much more, I was going to say easy, but easy is not really the word. It was just like a normal thing to do. So much more natural, and not something that I had to fight to find the time for, if that makes sense. I promise you, that is one of the most beautiful things you can do for yourself. I know you might think of it, but not necessarily do it, or like,
I don't want to delete social media, I just use it. I know how to not get too attached to it and detach when I want to detach.
The truth is, the disadvantages outweigh the actual benefits. That's my opinion. It's not like we need the app. Of course, if you have a business, if you're trying to do something, or like use it as a tool to get somewhere, fine. But if that starts to, drain you, or you start doubting yourself or wasting too much of your time there, I think what probably for me is a no-brainer. Just stop, just delete it. Now, would I go back? I don't think so. I think if I do, it's mainly because I am a personal trainer and I might use it for my business, like looking for clients and connecting and this and that. But I don't think I'd use it from a personal point of view. I haven't made a video about this yet, but basically I quit my 9-to-5 job to be self-employed and to be an entrepreneur, because I just didn't see myself working for a company for the rest of my life. So I quit my job a few years ago, and when I wanted to do that, I was watching a lot of motivational, inspirational videos from people who just left everything to start their own business. And while doing that, I was coming across a lot of videos who were talking about how those multimillionaires use the apps or tools to get where they want to be. You will find that most of them, like if not all of them, they create more of the apps than they consume. You will never see a guy being on Instagram or any other platform being consumed by it to the point that their business would suffer from it, if that makes sense. They would use it as a tool, but it's not their first goal. They would get in the app, take what they want from it, and build from that. And that is the smartest way to do it. You don't want to be spending too much time. Even when you're looking for inspiration and start creating your things, you want to be spending just a little bit of time, just enough for you to get what you want from it. So that's where I want to be, so where I'd like to use it, if I do one day. I am 100% sure I will get there, because now that I'm out of it, my goals are so clear that I just know it's going to work. If this hit home, make sure you watch the video version of one of my podcast episodes where it's about how to find your purpose in life. Because I know that a lot of people stay in the app because they have no clue what they want to do with their lives. So it's easier for them to just go online and waste time so they don't have to think about it. Make sure you watch it, and I'll see you again for another video.